Hear that, Paige? That's a breaking news crack. No punts allowed here, Paige and Adam.
Hello.
This is a very stupid sport. We love it.
It's the dumbest sport of all time.
So we were gonna talk about New York and the playoff, and we'll talk about all these things. We had a great trip. We had a great time. We talked about the playoff for a very long time on Sunday.
Yes, we did.
We have a live show. Like, this will be a shorter podcast. It has to be for once when we say it, because we have a live show coming up very, very soon. However, as we're about to start meandering on, Michigan fires Sherrone Moore for cause. Inappropriate, quoting from the statement here, inappropriate university relationship. So
With a staff member.
Yep. So, yikes. Bad. Tough day for Sherrone Moore, obviously.
Yes.
But so it goes. So immediate thoughts, because this is like fresh. This just happened like minutes ago, essentially.
Yeah, a bit surprised that it happened now, because there was like rumblings. Obviously, there was an investigation going on that there was something that could cause this, but I would assume that it would have happened during the time where they could have hired a coach and had their like choice really of coach outside of Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
And now they don't. So what happens is to be determined, but this is obviously incredibly sad in the sense that like there was policy violated. This puts Michigan in a weird spot. Don't know why this wasn't figured out sooner. Glad they at least like did their best to get through an entire investigation for something like this, but yeah, just not great overall. But it's like, now what do they do?
So, yeah, the Moore stuff is self-explanatory, like, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's not much to unpack here. We'll probably learn more or not. These are, like, normally in terms of these investigations, because of the laws and everything, they're going to be pretty airtight. But people will dig. And I don't know if it matters. Like, there'll be a lawsuit after this. There usually is, right? All of that stuff.
Well, because the university said themselves, it was the university, correct, that said it was because of an inappropriate relationship with a staffer, which, by the way, like, that's not said in statements. That's more like alluded to, that there was like for cause or because they violated the policy or code of conduct or whatever it is. There's not usually like an immediate address to the fact that it was an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Like, that's usually something that comes out way later and not addressed by the university. That's wild that it is, because that is setting up quite the lawsuit.
And there's the mention of evidence here as well. I mean, there's a lot of, the lawyers are involved. I think now the question is, what does Michigan do? So here's a question. Where's Michigan on the job hierarchy? We spent a lot of time talking about LSU, and it probably being top 3, top 5, safely in that top echelon. We just watched Penn State struggle to hire a football coach, right? And end up in a really good situation. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I think we don't really have an agenda today, so who the fuck knows where we'll go? Probably there. I would say Michigan is a fringe top 10 job.
I would give them top 5.
You would? Oh,
yeah.
I would say they're in the top 10. I don't know if I would go top 5. But
you think it's a better job than Penn State?
I do think it's a better job than Penn State. I don't think it's better than Ohio State.
No.
LSU, Georgia,
Alabama.
And then you start to get into the wheelhouse. To your point, actually, it's probably
because like you could talk Texas, sure.
Texas.
I think Texas and Michigan are like right.
Yeah, I would say.
Sorry, that was like a 6-7 type deal.
Yeah. You could be like on the playoff committee.
It could really be Nick Saban, who was doing that the other night, by the way. In section. I love him.
It's gone mainstream. So, and then right there in that next batch, you've got Michigan, and probably at the top of that list. I think they're closer to the top 5 than they are to 10. That's a big job. So I could tell you it already, because of where he's from and his roots, like Kalen DeBoer's name's being tossed around quite a bit already. and I say not tossed around in rumors or anything, but by Twitter. And Twitter, of course, DeBoer is from South Dakota, right? So he, I think lived in Michigan. That's the name that all of a sudden is like DeBoer, which will be very
funny.
interesting.
I didn't say this last week. There was a random rumor online that Penn State was waiting to see if DeBoer would be willing to leave Alabama for Penn State. I also just thought that was really funny.
Yes, I do wonder if this one. This could be a big job. This is gonna shuffle things again.
I don't think you go. I mean, you just got into the playoff.
We're gonna do that shit again.
Like what?
Well, the good
news is they're gonna wait until probably the playoff is over, unless unless they're hiring a coach that is not in the college football playoff, or they'll wait to see if they lose in one of the first rounds and can hire them before the start of the transfer portal.
Portal opens the 2nd, right? You gotta move. Kalen DeBoer would be an interesting option, and if you think you can get you could get a verbal agreement from him, and then maybe you wait.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's I think if they're going to hire someone, they'll wait until they get the feeler out, see if he's willing to even consider it. I don't know that you leave Alabama for Michigan.
That's how happy he is. It's a tough job.
Yeah, it's a tough job, but you got into the playoff with 3 losses.
Yeah, but
come on, no.
He might not be happy. Alabama's fed up with him already.
Does Kalen DeBoer strike you as someone that is gonna let his emotions decide? What?
It just depends. Alabama, it's the fan base is that's a tough job.
It is, but it's one you keep.
I know this is because of stuff off the field. What did you think of the job Sherrone Moore was doing?
I thought it was fine. I think they certainly underachieved this year, but I think he was doing a fine job. I don't think there was any reason out. Obviously, this was the only reason they were going to fire him. I didn't think there was any other reason. I think next year, after a year of everything, but I mean, there was already this stuff with the investigation. I think they have to really get away from the sign stealing stuff and be fully removed from that for that program to be looked at in a certain way. But I thought he was doing a fine job coaching. I don't think there was anything that was
lost to Michigan or lost to Oklahoma.
Yep.
Barely beat Nebraska. Barely beat Northwestern.
Yeah, but I mean, they were still those are
lost
still wins.
USC. No, they're wins.
Yeah, so you're still winning.
But this was a really shit schedule to not make the playoff with it.
No, I agree. But there wasn't any thought that he needed to be fired because of on-field stuff this season. Next season would have been the year that it started.
Yeah,
if they miss the playoff again.
I don't think Michigan fans are heartbroken. Is kind of what I'm saying.
No, I don't think they're this was the best coach ever and this was the coach of the future. We needed to protect him at all costs. No.
I think Michigan fans are probably thinking they can upgrade as a coach. I know it's unique circumstances.
Right now, though?
Yes. Yeah. I don't think I don't think I'm not seeing a lot of devastated Michigan. I've seen shocked Michigan fans. I'm not seeing devastated Michigan.
I think it's just a shock to everybody because we're really confused why this.
And a lot of Lane Kiffin jokes. That's what I'm seeing. Shocked Michigan fans and a lot of Lane jokes.
A really good one just now. Guess third base ain't all it's cracked up to be. That's funny.
That is good.
That's actually very funny.
Sherrone Moore fired. All the best candidates taken. And Oracle shares are plunging. Get ready to learn the victors will must champ. Excellent. Excellent work from Raj. Excellent tweet. I'll tell you what, though, if you've got a coach, the timing is really weird, right? What is the market? What are the wiggle out opportunities for everybody? Bit pogey, by the way, the sleeveless Charlotte former Charlotte coach, the Wonder. Biff Poggi. I ever tell this story? I got a good one real quick. I did a story from, I can't remember the name. It was a high school in Baltimore, elite high school. It was Damon Clowney, who was Jadavion's cousin. I show up to practice. I had communicated that I was going. Biff Poggi was the head coach, right? He stops practice. I'm taking notes there for a profile, comes over and just starts motherfucking me into oblivion, yelling at me like, who the fuck are you? What are you fucking doing taking notes? I'm just shitting myself, right? Young features reporter. And I was like, Biff, I'm here for Damon. We talked. And he's like, whatever, man. And he just walked away. All right. I'm like,
oh, okay.
So afterwards, I talked to him, and he could not have been a nicer guy. He apologized. We talked. But he's a football coach. And so there's some shithead me on the sideline taking notes while they're practicing before a playoff game. And he's like, he was not happy with me. Yeah. After that, though, we made up, and I'm a big fan, clearly. You go sand sleeves on the sideline, you've got a friend for life.
Sand sleeves, not just cut off your hoodie.
No. He is mowing the fucking lawn on the sidelines of a fucking Charlotte football game. Like, that is an elite attire, man. So but shocking timing, shocking everything. You very, very interested to see. Do they wait? Do they plunge?
By the time you hear this, there'll be plenty of names that are out there that are legitimate, but as of right now, there are no legitimate.
You're probably right. DeBoer would be the most the spiciest.
I think Jim Harbaugh. Oh my God.
Oh no, he's like banned, right? Like he's like,
yeah, he is actually
triple show cause, banned for life. Like they like, how about John Harbaugh?
So stupid. I
mean, the Ravens are terrible. Like one Harbaugh for the other. Like, let's do it. Harbaugh to Harbaugh. What a weird 3 years for this program. Like, you go 4 or 5. I mean, Jesus, more. You hire Harbaugh, your problems are solved. He can't win. He almost gets fired. COVID happens. They rebound. They win. They come up short. They win it all. Sign stealing. Chargers. Sherrone Moore gone. I mean, it's been a fucking minute, buddy. Like, there's a lot of things going on here with Michigan. My goodness. So
it's kind of insanity. But I feel like just the nature of was transpiring across the sport the last 5 years.
True. Yeah, just not usually as under these terms.
Stupid. So where do we want to start? You and I were in New York this past weekend to watch championship weekend, and then of course the college football playoff reaction. We did almost a 2-hour-long live stream reacting to the college football playoff, which was surprising. And then I'm glad we were in our own bubble for almost 2 hours before we saw what the rest of media was talking about when it came to this specific topic, because it honestly let us digest it. And then the best was that you and I, after that, just continued to get more mad about the situation. So I'm glad we weren't that hyped up during we were obviously surprised, with the Miami jump over Notre Dame, which was stupid that it didn't happen before. Then you have BYU being punished for their play in their conference championship game and not Alabama. And then it just turns into this all-out war of Notre Dame just being upset that they're not, so much so that they're not going to play in their bowl game. And which, by the way, that bowl game being against BYU and them turning that down, clown behavior. I'm glad you want to keep your reputation intact, but I would have taken BYU in that game. Sorry. Hopefully with a healthy Bear Bachmeier. But the whole thing is a joke. The whole Notre Dame thing to me is an absolute joke. It's embarrassing for the university that they are this. And also, let me just say this. Yeah, this also seems like a really dumb business decision as well, because not only you're attacking the ACC, which is fine. You can do what you want because you're not technically affiliated with them. You are, but you're not in the football situation. So I understand going for them. But stupid that you would think that they would have your back over their actual affiliate for football. If you want the support of a conference, then you join one. And the other part is, there's still decisions that have to be made about the college football playoff going forward. And you are pissing off everyone and acting like you deserve all of this special treatment. And there's still a decision to be made that could really impact you. Like, you want an automatic qualifier into the college football playoff? You're pissing off everybody that makes that decision. Because it's not just you that gets to decide. And you could throw a tantrum, but you're going to be left out of the whole thing. And nobody's going to care. So the whole thing is so dumb to me that they are going so scorched earth on this when there's still so much in front of them that matters. And I get part of it is to make sure that they know that they will go scorched earth if they're not included in the next iteration with an automatic qualifier. But this is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I think a terrible business decision.
By the way, I'm going to just sprinkle in candidates throughout the rest of the show. Michigan head coach Lincoln Riley. Yeah. You're thinking about it. Like, you don't want it, but you'd stop. All right.
No.
I've got another one
Watch
for
my Jed Fish.
Yeah, there we go. That would be poetic. We're going to talk about this shortly, but I can't on our next live show tell you how many Notre Dame fans told me to kill myself when I tweeted how lame it was. They did. I mean, my mentions when I said this is lame. Oh my God. It was, I got some emails, got some DMs, got a lot of tweets. I was flying and I'm buying fucking internet for this. So I can just consume these my whole flight home. And, the smugness of this fan base is actually incredible. I mean this almost as a compliment, like how fucking smug, like referencing inventing the forward pass and just shoot it in right into the vein. Like, oh my God. So few things here. I get why they're pissed. I understand being pissed. I actually sympathize if you weren't all a bunch of douchebags.
The whole Miami thing was stupid, and that not happening in the penultimate rankings, annoying. We get that.
The stupidest thing is actually the Miami thing, as I've come to a conclusion, was the second and stupidest thing. The dumbest thing was the week prior when Alabama jumped Notre Dame after almost losing to Auburn, and Notre Dame beat the shit out of a really bad team. So that's the dumbest thing. That's the moment. That's the move that if you're a Notre Dame fan and you say this was a conspiracy, that's the move that's hard. It's hard to justify. It's hard to. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. The playoff wants Notre Dame in badly. Notre Dame is a huge brand. Notre Dame is good for college football because they're the Dallas Cowboys. People fucking hate them. They love them. They care what happens to them. People don't feel that way about Oklahoma and other teams in this playoff. Notre Dame would have been one of the biggest stories. I'm actually not happy that they're out because I like watching them play. And selfishly, I think they are clearly one of the best teams. That being said, the response from the AD doing the media tour, he's made it worse, calling it one of the most dominating 10-game stretches in the history of football. It is preposterous. Just
disgusting.
It
is so embarrassing. If you're all the things that you guys think that you are, how do you not think this is embarrassing? How do you not think that this is embarrassing? I cannot believe, and also shout out to Vanderbilt's head coach Clark Lee for we like to play football here. We're not a victim of the system. Duh. Like, they actually should be really pissed. You're a 10-2 SEC team and you get left out.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Notre Dame. No. And that's what I think too. Like, we'll talk about this on our live show later. They want us to talk about the future of the college football playoff, and I have thought about it, and you know what? I'm putting Notre Dame in the category of the group of 5. And you and I talked about this, group of 5 needs to be ranked a certain place to get in. I think Notre Dame should, if they want that, fine. If they want an automatic qualifier, but they're grouped in and they're fighting for a spot with the one group of 5 teams, or group of 6, they better be ranked above them to get that one spot, that one auto bid. So give me 4 conference champions of the Power 4, then 1 that's reserved for Notre Dame or group of 6. And if you are ranked in the top 16 and you're the top team, then you get to get in Notre Dame. If not, if there's a group of 5 team ranked above you, then they get in.
I like it. I think that rule...
Join a conference. Join a conference if you're so upset about this. And also, don't come to me and be like, we have our own TV rights and we carry so much weight. That's great. Your viewership, very average. You are being, Peacock is, and NBC, you're overpaying, which by the way, I was sent a clip of Marcus Freeman on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know if you know what that show is.
No.
But it's a late night Bravo television show promoting the Here Come the Irish. Is that what it's called? The Peacock documentary?
Yeah. Yes.
Literally the other night. So your AD is out here swinging at everybody, and you're literally on Bravo and putting your coach on Bravo. By the way, I think the host of the show, because he knows nothing about college football, was like, good luck on your next game.
Oh, dear God.
Dead. I haven't watched it. Somebody sent me a clip, so I need to look to see if it was previously recorded or when it was. But oh my gosh, is that embarrassing? You guys are, it's a money push. You're mad because you're losing out on that money, even though you collected all that money last year, pocketed it all yourselves.
No, it's good. So Notre Dame, the Miami move was interesting, in part because I will say Twitter kind of saw this coming, and the working theory was that if there was a team between them, that's going to make the difference. I have tried to make peace with this logic all, whatever. I was going to say week. It hasn't been a week. It's not even close. It feels like a week. I'm struggling to do it. The committee really showed its ass.
Oh, yeah. This is also, we get to be so mad at Notre Dame, but the committee is bad. The committee did a bad job. Okay, let me say this. They didn't do a bad job in terms of final decision on this. They did sort of what they were supposed to. It was the lead up to all of it that was bad, and I know people are calling to not have those rankings weekly. I think it helps with transparency. I don't want those to go away. But I
think they're great. I want them.
We love them because we obviously get to do shows based on them. But yeah. I am also saying that in the sense of transparency. I want to know, if we're going to criticize this system, I want to know what they're thinking in an everyday situation, not be surprised. I mean, yes, there's really not a ton of benefit for the teams themselves, but for the fans who are wanting to know what is happening each week, I feel like there should be something. But yeah, I think the committee itself is in a bit of danger now. I think there's going to be some change and maybe some overhaul in the future.
I prefer formula, and you could add a human element to the formula, but I would prefer the BCS over this, and do rankings, get the metrics right. We're a lot smarter than we used to be. Post BCS, you can have a room full of people. They don't have to fucking meet every week in person. They can come up with their rankings. It could be a percentage of the weight of this formula with other metrics that matter. I know we use the BCS still to kind of compare and use that. I mean, I think the committee element, it really diminishes this postseason. They're they're trying. There's no way to win this, by the way. I will defend this group a little bit. It's hard. I would hate this fucking job. Hate it. Because everybody is entitled to an opinion. You're getting down, and I thought Dan Wetzel wrote a really great column on this for ESPN.
I read it too.
I thought it was great, and he brings up a great point. We're arguing about we've got the best teams. The certified best teams in the playoff are in, and we're arguing over nonsense. Now, you could argue Notre Dame could have won this playoff. I can't argue with that. I mean, this is why it's a huge failure. And as we expand to 16 teams, we're going to get a bigger net, which is going to allow teams of lesser performance give them access. I mean, that's what's going to happen, but there's still going to be a debate over 17, 18, 19, and 20. I mean, this isn't going to go away.
Yeah.
I think the committee is doomed.
I also saw Matt Hayes wrote about the, just do the top 16 teams in straight seeding. That's never going to happen because of the college football playoff payouts. So, By the way, did you know, fun fact, that because they changed the top 4 to straight seeding, so it's not the top 4 ranked conference champions, the top 4 ranked conference champions still each get $8 million as if they made it to the second round, because that's what you get for making it to the second round. So Tulane gets $8 million, even if they win or lose their first round game, because they are one of the top 4 ranked
I did not know that.
conference champions. Yes.
By the way, that is huge money for a program like Tulane.
Well, and that's the thing, is like, that's why also the Big Ten and the SEC are so far apart on automatic bids, because look at the number of SEC teams that made it and look at the number of Big Ten teams that made it. And the Big Ten is calling for more automatic qualifiers given to the Big Ten and the SEC. And the SEC is down with the 5+11, so 5 automatic qualifiers.
Yes.
And it's because they get more teams in terms of an at-large. So they're fine, because they're going to get paid $4 million per team or whatever the new amount will be when they agree to it. But there's a large amount of money being dished out to these teams for making the playoff. And that's why Notre Dame's pissed, because Notre Dame got pocketed close to like $20 million last year on their own.
Yeah.
And so that usually goes to the conference. The teams get $3 million to pay for expenses for the I don't know if that's each round or if that's just for I
think it's each round, because it's like the trip is
so they get paid that's all that's paid for. So yeah, I think Notre Dame clearly wants, and that's why they want an automatic qualifier. We've talked about the memorandum of understanding. That's if they were in the top 12, but that only applies if it's 12 or 14. Notre Dame knows it's going to 16 or beyond. They know that that's not going to apply. And that's why it's really odd to me that their athletic director is doing what he is doing right now, because you're pissing off everybody else. By the way, the Big Ten and the SEC get more of a say in this than anyone else. Before, it had to be like all of them consensus agreement. Now it does not. So this is all so crazy to me.
And ESPN owns the playoff. Like, it's not going anywhere. Like
the playoff rankings aren't going anywhere either. That show gets good views.
Of course, which is
not going anywhere, you guys. No. It's about money and ratings. Okay,
it's buzz. It's a marketing tool. That's what it is.
Shout out Kenny Dillingham. We're gonna say something really nice about Kenny Dillingham. Okay, which I am sad that he didn't leave ASU. I'm really sad.
Right. Anyway. Hey, by the way, Kenny Dillingham for Michigan. Let's fucking go. There you go.
Come on. Yeah. One last stitch of hope. Anyway, Kenny Dillingham said the sport, everything is broken besides like the ratings are up, the money is up, but everything else is about the sport is broken. Could not be more true. Also, stand-up guy when Sam Levitt, there's like, obviously he's going into the transfer portal, didn't show up to a team thing, like their awards or whatever.
Oh, Kenny.
He's gone. And Kenny was like, cool, he can do what he wants. I respect that. Thanks for what he did. Like
Kenny needs to go get the bag at Michigan.
Wow, please. I'm actually going to drop that in a group chat right now.
That would be an elite hire. Also, I got another one for you. Brian Kelly.
Oh my God.
Brian fucking Kelly. I'm very curious where, like Notre Dame, by the way, next year is going to be a top 3 team preseason. They're going to be
big whining crybabies.
But CJ Carr is back. Jeremiah Love's going to go to the NFL. They're going to have a really good team. And they're going to be fine. But I will say this has been a masterclass of like bad PR. And they'll tell you they don't care because they're Notre Dame. That's kind of the defense mechanism of Notre Dame, which is fine. It may be true. I think it's been a real series of shit looks, one after the next. And I think they should have gotten in. I really do. I think they got hosed. The more I've thought about it, Alabama shouldn't have been in the playoff. That flip at the last minute really kind of screwed things up. Really screwed things up. That was an unexplainable flip. I can't get over that.
Sorry. I was looking at something that was popping up on the Michigan thing, but I'm not going to say it because it's not something that looks real. So, wow.
What do you got to say it?
No.
You just gave the proper context that this is not real, which gives you a license to say anything. No, I just don't know.
I saw it and it went away and I can't find it on my...
Just, come on, tell me. Nobody else will hear. What did you think you saw? Now, I need to fucking know. What?
No, this is like people's lives. I am not saying.
Oh, was it with a former head coach?
What?
I thought it was like a coaching rumor of like a coach that could come.
No. It's like more information about the Sherrone Moore thing.
Oh, then I don't want that.
I'm not trying to get like sued or like.
No, I'm out. I'm out.
Cares, but...
Delete, prank caller.
Yeah, never mind. Moving on. Anyway, we should move on. We did yell at the abyss about the college football playoff. We will obviously preview those games next week. But let's talk about Penn State recovering and hiring Matt Campbell, because that is something that I think is just highly impressive. We were nervous last week and concerned that maybe this was going to go really, really bad and be super embarrassing, and we're going to regret firing James Franklin. And now I think you've really fully recovered and got a guy that is going to do a great job.
Yeah, by the way, what do you think he's feeling right now? Because
I think he's okay with going to Penn State over.
I think it's a great job. I'd be curious though, right? Like, it's interesting. No, he's good. He's really, really good. Like, it's been an interesting career arc, because a couple of years ago, this was the guy that could go to the NFL, or like they could have a huge, like, there was some huge jobs, USC, right? Like, go back into the Matt Campbell arc, and it's kind of had plateaued for a bit. They've had some good seasons. They had a really good season last year. This year, not as much, but still competitive. I think he's a great coach. Like, I think it's a great hire. I think he's just rock solid. I like his disposition. I like everything about him. Do I fear him? Do I think
that's not his thing.
No, and I don't mean it like as a man. I'm not saying like, oh my God, he's gonna yell. No, if I'm Ohio State, am I worried? No, I'm not.
But that's not what they're worried about. What they're worried about is like, okay, getting to the college football playoff and winning games in the college football playoff, and there's more than just Ohio State to worry about.
No, but like
teams that could take care of Ohio State.
You know what I mean, though. I mean, there's probably some coaches that Penn State could have hired where I'd be like, fuck. Like,
who would Penn State have hired that you would have been like, as an Ohio State fan, you would have been worried about?
Lane. I know they weren't going to get him, but Lane would have scared me.
Let's be realistic. Let's go realistically speaking.
James Franklin. If they hired James Franklin, you made a joke in the chat earlier, and I'll answer your question. I'm not going to dodge it. You were like, oh, James Franklin at Michigan, and it's like, yes, here's another guy that can't beat Ohio State. Like, perfect for the job.
Yes.
Who would have scared? I just think Kenny Dillingham would win. I love Kenny Dillingham. I'm going to answer it for every job.
I'm leave.
No, it's a fair question. Like, maybe not. Maybe Ohio State is Goliath, and so there's not necessarily a bunch of people that
There's
like,
not.
Mike Elko would have been, and I know he probably wasn't leaving, but that's the kind of guy where I'd be like, shit.
I would say that's more realistic. I would also say that even though Ryan Day lost the Big Ten championship game, which, by the way, congrats Indiana, that was insane. I loved it.
It was. Yes.
I will say, I think Ryan Day still is totally fine. Like, I'm not worried that there's a better coach than Ryan Day out there. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely...
No, it's probably an unfair, to your point, it's probably not the right question to like, I think Penn State, if they want to be what they were under James Franklin, which was a consistent 9 to 10 win team, this feels like the right guy. And I'm not even meaning that as a dick. Penn State under Franklin. Am I passive aggressive? Am I doing it?
You are just like coming for this hire in a way that's like, you're not winning national championships.
Is he a better coach than James Franklin?
Yes.
I would say no.
We'll find out.
I would say no. I think Jeff Brom would have instilled more fear as the giant killer than Matt Campbell. And I like Matt Campbell. I don't know why I'm
okay. I'm just glad we had this on camera.
I am just punching in air for names. Like, and like, here's what they're saying. Oh, he's an Iowa guy. He's a fucking homer. Well, sure.
Facts, because he did say it's a Cyclone State, so.
Got
him.
Fuck him.
Got him. Wow, now the truth comes out.
I got one. Lincoln Riley. I would have.
Now you like Lincoln Riley. Wait a minute. Everybody on this podcast should be like, "What is happening,
Lincoln
Kramer?
Riley,
you are not the Lincoln Riley supporter of this podcast." That's just simple as that.
I'm sorry. It's Lincoln Riley, #1 recruiting class in college football.
Oh, right. Now you care.
No, it's a great. They stumbled into a good hire. They stumbled into a really good hire. He seems like a great guy. He will have them in shape. How we got here is a bit of a winding road, but I do really like the hire, and they'll be good. What else?
Is there anything besides Army Navy that you? Oh, Heisman.
So, all right.
What Heisman tickets do you have?
Mine are dead. Mine are all dead.
By the way, also so is the bet that Haynes King, if he was a finalist, you had to eat mayonnaise. So
I had Raiola. No, not Raiola. Oh my God. Jeez. I had Julian Sand.
Okay.
Earlier in the year when I said he was going to win a Heisman, I did bet him, and I think I got him around 30-1. He is now 400-1. He is a finalist. I think that take aged well, just not well enough. I was looking at my conference championship dark horses, by the way. Like, I had Texas A&M. I was close. I was really, really close on a couple, but not close enough. So Fernando Mendoza is minus 1,000. I remember on Sunday morning, it was minus 2,000. Diego is plus 600. Jeremiah Love is plus 25,000. And Julian Sain is plus 40,000. So big odds. So Fernando Mendoza is probably going to win. I have no issue with that. I think I would give it to Diego. I think, and I have no problem, but I think Diego, in totality, especially when you look at him rushing for almost 900 yards, and you look at what he meant for that team, to me, kind of screams and oozes Heisman. And Fernando Mendoza, who fucking Indiana won the Big Ten, he played great. He made some huge throws when he had to. I have no beef with this. I think my vote would go to Diego. How do you feel about this?
I mean, I think I would have given my vote to Jacob Rodriguez, so it actually just doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like, if we're doing the best player in all of college football, that's what we need to be looking at, not the best quarterback. But I would say I would give it to Fernando Mendoza because we're doing it the way we do it. So, like, if we're going based off of the Heisman, like what he just did versus Ohio State with his team.
By the way, David Bailey too. Like Texas Tech has a couple of dudes that, and Jeremiah Love. By the way, I know we've shit on Notre Dame for a good chunk. You want to tell me he's the best player in college football? I have a hard time arguing against it.
Yeah. I think it's become I don't know. It's decided so early, and team success has so much to do with it.
Yes,
that I would give the nod to Fernando Mendoza because I've seen it. Also, like, Heisman moment is something we use a lot as like a marker. That guy's had like 2 really big opportunities, and we've just seen it from him. And I think, like, also just like, I gotta love the passion and like the tears and the genuineness and like the big heart. It's pulling on my heartstrings. So
he's gonna have a goofball Heisman speech, and I mean that in the best possible way.
It's the best, but that's you know what? Honestly, after the year we've had in college football, we kind of need that.
Like,
we don't need another Johnny Manziel like up there. No offense to Diego Pavia.
No, Diego Pavia, because I had the UFC event on my iPad, and there he was. Like, his all football goes.
By the way, I was asleep I just want everyone to know, on Sunday after the college football playoff, I fell asleep at 7:12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I finished my interviews. I left the office at 5. Okay.
Yeah, we should do some New York talk
by 7:12.
We should do some New York talk because we have to wrap soon. So it was great. We had a great time, by the way. Friday night, we got in. We had a cocktail, which was great. We caught up. I mean, you were 6 days removed from getting married, like whirlwind for you. Yeah. My God. We had a fantastic meal. We saw the big Christmas tree.
Yes, we did do that. And then we went and watched the Friday night football games at a bar that we were like, oh yeah, we came here last time and we've been there quite a bit. Great bar. Wish I knew the name of it. Do you know the name of it?
No.
Okay.
And that should
it's
not
like a
surprise
Chicago
you.
bar in
Yeah, it's like the only sports bar in New York. We also, by the way, in terms of bars in New York, we found an Alabama bar that we tried to go watch the game in, which I really wish we had the video of like the SEC championship game during that.
I'm glad we weren't there,
bar.
honestly.
Yeah. Oh no, it would
We
have been
only
like
watched half of that game at a bar, and the rest of it were like, this is bad. So let's go watch the rest of them. Then that's the other thing I want to say also about the New York trip is that we ended up spending so much time in our hotel rooms watching football games, and then it was like go time the next morning to
Friday night was great, and then the problem with this weekend in general is you're just like the pacing is just weird. It's just off, and so by like Saturday at 4 p.m. we're like, and we had to work. I wrote, you're ready, like we had stuff. So, and in the backdrop, you're thinking about what the day's going to look like the next day. It was great. It was great, but it was exhausting. The show, an hour and 45 minutes, you and I hosting, which is fun. We could talk forever about football, but with no commercials, like that was different. That was different.
Also very fun for us to be able to talk to Texas Tech head coach Joey McGuire and get to talk to Ben Roberts. That was really fun to be able to do those interviews in the middle of Selection Sunday. So pretty cool stuff. Definitely continue to look out for
oh my God
BR videos. When you watch this, it'll be too late to watch live. But when you hear this on Thursday, go to the BR YouTube and watch the CFP expert show that we're about to host in a little bit here.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more polished.
Kramer, yes, it will be. Do you have a betting lock for this weekend at all? Are you betting on Army Navy?
I haven't looked as much at I'm gonna bet it, of course. I'll bet it. I have some locks too. Do we want to do a quick bowl locks? We'll do a blitz because you and I are gonna get ready for this.
We don't have time for that. Sorry. We got a call time that's in 3 minutes, so we will just do Army Navy bowls. Bowls we will do next week. We will do sorry.
Bet Washington.
Okay.
Right? There's my one lock. Bet Washington. All right.
This is behind the scenes of us, me being like, Kramer, we don't have time. We got to do it.
This is like pretty much the entire New York trip, but into one 30-second interval. And guess what? It worked out. I get where I need to be. All right. We got lots of shit. We got a holiday-ish episode next week. Playoff games, all sorts of things. We got to go get ready for a show. For Paige and Adam, we will talk to you guys soon.